just like that. All right, Corporal's Corner tips and tricks video number 3. 3 tool tricks that you should know. Let's get to it. This video right here is going to be down and dirty. I'm going to show you 3 tools that I carry with me whenever I go to the woods. You should have some version of these tools, and you can carry them either in your pockets or in a day bag, such as a backpack, or in my case, a military harness. And I'm going to give you one quick tip for each tool. So let's get to it. The first tool that everybody should carry is some type of pocket knife. This one here is the Ranger Grip 78 by Victorinox. It's a non-serrated. You're looking at about a 3-inch blade, right around 3 inches. You got a saw on here, which is one of the most important features. It's got a sharp spine on the back of it that you can actually use to strike a ferro rod or ferrocerium rod. You have screwdrivers on here, bottle openers, tweezers. We have a toothpick, an awl on the back here, as well as another Phillips head screwdriver right there. So these are worth their weight in gold. Some type of pocket knife that you can carry into your pocket in case you lose the rest of your equipment. You still have access to some type of cutting tool. Now, here's the quick tip. Most believe that you have to have a full tang knife, meaning the blade passes all the way through the handle, in order to baton wood. That's not true. Now, most pocket knives will break if you fully extend the blade and start batoning away, meaning striking the backside of the knife to split a piece of wood in half. I'll show you a safe way to do that that will save your knife as well as get the job done. Now, an important safety tip before we get started: whenever you baton with a pocket knife, you want to make sure that the piece of wood that you're going to baton is bone dry. I found that green wood still works. However, if it's really dense and it's a harder wood, say like oak, you can ruin your knife. Now, taking your pocket knife, I don't want the blade fully extended. I want to go ahead and bend it at a 90-degree angle, like so. I'm going to place it over top of my wood, and I'm going to strike the top of my knife. Now, just like a full tang knife, I want to use a piece of wood that's relevant to my knife blade size. If this is 3 inches, I don't want a piece any larger than 2 inches. Does that make sense? Just like so. And I'm going to strike the top of that blade with a baton. And it will work its way all the way through. And then we can turn and do it again. And again. And there's no risk to that joint in there by smacking it, causing the blade to bend the opposite direction and destroying your knife. Now, here's the reality. If you're resorting to processing firewood with a pocket knife, you messed up somewhere in the past by not carrying the proper tools. I'm going to leave that right there. However, it is possible as a last resort should you feel the need to do so. And there shouldn't be any damage to that knife. All right, moving right along here, we have a full tang knife. This is a Mora Garberg. Love this knife. Those that are starting out in bushcraft, if you have no idea what brand you want to go with until you figure that out, a Mora Bushcraft Black or a Mora Garberg is an excellent choice for a beginner. The Mora Bushcraft Black is around $35 to $40. This one here is around $79 to $100, somewhere about meet in the middle, about $89, depending on the sheath options, meaning Kydex or leather. I highly recommend these. It has a carbon steel blade with a Scandi grind. There's a sharp 90-degree spine on the back here for processing tinder, say fat wood, or using a ferrocerium rod to get sparks. It's an all-around excellent knife, and for the price, you can't beat it. But today's tip and trick for a full tang knife is going to be how to cut down a tree using a knife. Looking at this tree right here, it's about 3 inches in diameter, and we have about a 4.5 inch, maybe 5 inch blade on here, so it'll work out well. All we're going to do is we're going to take the knife, we're going to stick it at a 45-degree angle, and we're going to make a series of stop cuts around this tree. We're going to beat it in probably about, I want to say about anywhere from 1 to 2/3 in. We're going to move our knife. Do it again and again and again. Once we've worked all the way around, we should be able to take this tree and just push it over and it should snap right off. This stick is broke off. It's kind of heavy. I'm going to use this for a baton. Got the knife at a 45-degree angle and I'm going to smack this into the tree and then move it and do it again right here. Do it on the back side. And do one more right here. Just like batoning with a pocket knife, in my opinion, batoning a tree down would be a last resort. If you're carrying equipment and tools to the woods, carry the right tool for the right job. However, you have tips and tricks now. In case you're in a pinch, you know what to do. So in my early days, around 2012, 2013-ish, I used the Bako Laplander. And I fell in love with it and used it for probably, I want to say 5 years. 5 or 6 years. And then the silky saws from Gomboy came out, right? And everybody fell in love with those and I used them for a couple, 2-3 years. What I found was the blade is far superior. Hands down, not even gonna argue that. But in cold weather on the East Coast, it's 15 degrees Fahrenheit outside, I found that the blades would freeze and just simply bumping the tip against a piece of wood would break it right off. Now the Bako Laplander, I've seen students bend these things at a 45-degree angle, grab it and bend it right back, and then they're back in the fight. So for me to put money on something that I can accidentally bend, but bend it back and keep working, I'm going with that. So I'm sticking with this until I find something better. Let's say we want to go ahead and process some of this wood into firewood. And to do that, we need to split it in half. Well, it's too large to baton with a pocket knife, and all I have is my saw. How do I go about doing this? Well, what we're going to do is take our Bako Laplander, and we're going to make a couple of stop cuts. A stop cut means you're sawing into the wood no more than halfway. Once I do that, I'm going to take the log and I'm going to strike it several times against a different log and create a crack that will travel all the way to that stop cut and then break away. Now, if the wood's rotted, it's going to break off. It's not going to split. This is the longer of the two that were laying there on the ground. We have a stop cut about 1/3 of the way in. I'm going to strike it on that log right there and see if I can get it to split. And there we go. I'll take this and we'll do it one more time. Put a stop cut right here, about 1/3 of the way in. Just like that. Voila. And there you go. There's 3 tool tips and tricks at a last resort that you should know. Now, all 3 of those items are found on my Amazon affiliate page, located in the video description box under My Kit. If you're interested, check them out. On that note, all the gear in my videos can be found in 2 places. 1, my Amazon affiliate page, and 2, my Etsy store. Both links are found inside my description box. Now, please do me that favor. Hit that like and subscribe button, and then ring that notification bell. Once you ring that bell, please select all notifications. And as always, thank you for your comments, views, and support. Thanks for watching. Get out in the field, have some fun. I'm going to catch you next time.